Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday, December 20th. Very cold morning here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Last hour, the temperature at Pottstown, Pennsylvania, some 25 miles or so to the northwest of Philadelphia, down to 12 degrees. Most suburban areas in southeastern Pennsylvania are in the teens. Quite a bit colder than normal for this time of the year, and indeed it'll stay colder than normal today, but a little bit milder on Wednesday and Thursday. Then another cold front brings a shot of seasonably cold air for the end of the week, Thursday night and Friday going into the weekend. Could turn a little bit milder again on Sunday, Christmas Day. And in general, longer term, it looks like as we head into the new year, it'll generally be a milder pattern and perhaps a quieter pattern than we've had over the past couple of weeks. Does not mean there won't be some colder than normal days, or even rule out the possibility of some snow along the way, but it's possible it'll be a generally milder pattern as we head into the new year, and perhaps even the first week or two of the month of January. Let's focus on last night's European model run. This is the 500 millibar height anomaly chart for Thursday night. I wanted to jump ahead to Thursday night here. This is actually all these maps this morning will be from tropicaltidbits.com. Here's an area in blue here representing another frontal passage, and it's not a major Arctic outbreak like we've had the past couple of weeks, but indeed after a couple of somewhat milder days on Wednesday and Thursday, more seasonably cold air will return behind this frontal system for Thursday night and Friday. So we do see lower pressure than normal here across the northeast U.S. in 72 hours. But now let's push forward. And here's the height anomaly chart from the European ensemble run last night for Friday night. And notice here all those blues disappear. Higher pressure than normal here in the eastern U.S. and lower pressure than normal out across the western part of the U.S. And this is the pattern that in general looks like it'll be setting up as we go into the new year and into the early, perhaps even up to the middle part of January. Essentially higher pressure than normal in the eastern U.S. and lower in the west, generally milder than normal in the east and colder than normal in the west. Let's now jump ahead another 24 hours. And here we go. This is a 5-day forecast from last night's European ensemble run for the 500 millibar height anomalies. This is for Saturday evening. It's Christmas Eve. Again, the emphasis now on higher pressure than normal in the eastern half of the nation and colder, diving down a deep upper level trough into the southwestern U.S., generally above normal temperatures here in the east and colder than normal out in the west. Let's now jump ahead another 24 hours. And here we go. This is Christmas night. Sunday night, very strong upper level ridging in the eastern U.S. and troughing out in the west. Looks like Christmas could be a little bit above normal temperature wise here, perhaps touching the 50-degree mark in the I-95 car. A little bit concerned about colder air spilling down into New England on Christmas Day or so, as high pressure will build across southeastern Canada. However, it most likely will stay pretty mild here in the D.C., Philadelphia, New York City metro region, at least the middle 40s on up to about 50 degrees or so. But again, this is the general pattern shaping up for the latter part of December, going into the first part of January, with higher pressure than normal in the upper part of the atmosphere in the east and lower pressure, colder than normal, out in the western U.S. Well, how does all this translate into temperatures? This is a look at the 850 millibar. It's a few thousand feet up in the atmosphere. The temperature anomalies, same time frame. We're starting with 72-hour forecast from last night's 0Z ensemble run of the European model. This is for Thursday night. And again, that cold frontal system comes through late Thursday, brings in colder than normal air for the latter part of the week, Thursday night and Friday. It's not at all like the recent major Arctic outbreaks. But look, across the northern plains already warming up well above normal at this time. Let's jump ahead another 24 hours. And here by Friday night, already back to above normal conditions, at least in the 850 millibar level here And as we head into the weekend, we'll get to be slightly a milder pattern again heading into Christmas Day. Let's jump ahead another 24 hours. And this is the forecast map for Saturday evening. This is Christmas Eve. Saturday evening, warmer than normal across the eastern part of the nation, and the colder than normal conditions confined to the western third of the nation. Let's go out another 24 hours, and this is Christmas night, Sunday night. Again, warmer than normal here in the eastern U.S. and colder than normal out west. That is associated with the higher pressure than normal at 500 millibars that we just saw previously in the east, and deep trough out in the western U.S. So this is the pattern that will dominate, it appears, as we head into the latter part of December and going into the new year. Well, let's look at the short term now, the next couple of days, using the European model. Again, all these maps from tropicaltidbits.com. This is the 24-hour forecast from last night's run of the European model. Basically, high pressure continuing to dominate the scene here in the mid-Atlantic region. Again, a colder than normal day today, starting off with very low temperature values, again as low as 12 degrees just to the north and west of the Philly metro region this morning. Cold throughout the northeastern U.S., but this high pressure edges in, and let's now jump ahead another 24 hours. This is the forecast map for tomorrow night. High pressure now along the East Coast, a bit milder on Wednesday. Certainly not a heat surge or anything like that, but will be maybe 5 degrees warmer tomorrow, perhaps up to 7 or 8 degrees warmer tomorrow compared to this afternoon. Basically the 30s today for highs and the 40s on Wednesday. Let's now jump ahead another 24 hours. Relatively mild as we go into the day on Thursday, perhaps up in the 40s for highs, but then that cold frontal system comes through in the latter part of the day, ushering in a cold air mass for Thursday night. No doubt we get back to a chilly air for this time of the year, Thursday night into Friday, but high pressure out over the Midwest will then edge east. And now, let's now jump out another 24 hours, and already high pressure reaching the East Coast by Friday night, and as soon as that shifts off the coast, we get a little bit milder again this week. And in fact, let's jump out another 24 hours. And here is the forecast map for Christmas Eve, Saturday night. High pressure right on top of the region. There could be a shower or two this weekend. It doesn't look like any significant rain event coming. A little bit milder on Saturday and Sunday as well. Let's jump out another 24 hours. And here we go. Sunday night, Christmas night. High pressure generally in the east. Mild conditions, again, probably highs ranging from about 45 to 50 degrees. The 45 up in New York City, the 50 degrees or so in Philly and D.C. with high pressure in partial control. There can be a shower or two on Sunday right now, but generally a relatively quiet weekend and a little bit milder than it will be to close out the work week on Friday following the next frontal patch. But again, a lot of cold air out in the western U.S. and some milder air in the eastern U.S. as we head towards the latter part of December and going into the new year. That's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.